Have you ever stopped for a moment and wondered what life would look like after age 65 if your health suddenly failed you? For many seniors, the thought of stroke feels like a distant possibility, something that happens to other people. But here's the shocking truth. According to the CDC, stroke is the fifth leading cause of death in the United States, and one of the most common reasons older adults lose their independence. Imagine spending your whole life working hard, raising a family, enjoying little things like gardening or walking to the park, and then, in just one sudden moment, everything changes. That's why today we need to talk about these life-saving habits that can make the difference between spending your golden years active and joyful, or struggling with limitations. When you cross the milestone of 60 or 65, your body isn't the same as it used to be. Muscles aren't as strong, arteries become less flexible, and the brain demands more care. But here's the encouraging part. Science has proven again and again that simple, daily actions can dramatically lower your risk of stroke. These things are not complicated. In fact, they are often so simple that many people overlook them. And that's where the danger lies. Because what most seniors don't realize is that avoiding stroke isn't about chasing fancy medical treatments, it's about small, consistent habits you must build now. Let me share with you a quick story. I once met a woman named Barbara from Austin, Texas, who suffered a minor stroke at the age of 67. She told me, "I thought walking my dog a few times a week was enough exercise, but I didn't pay attention to my diet or stress levels." Luckily, her stroke was small, and with rehabilitation, she recovered. But Barbara admitted something powerful. "I wish someone had told me earlier about the simple things I could have done to avoid this. It would have saved me so much pain." Her testimony isn't unique. Millions of older adults across America face the same risk, and too many only realize it after it's too late. Now, if you're watching this, you might be asking, what exactly are these simple habits? Well, stick with me, because in this video we'll break down 8 powerful, science-backed, and easy-to-follow ways seniors can avoid stroke in old age. Some of these tips might surprise you, because they don't just protect your heart, they also strengthen your brain, your bones like solder, and even your emotional well-being. And here's the best part, you can start practicing them today, no matter your age. So get ready, because what you're about to learn could change the way you see your health forever. By the end of this video, you'll not only know how to avoid stroke, you'll also understand how to add years of quality life to your golden age. Let's dive into the first shocking but simple habit that every senior must know. Simple way number 1, keep your blood pressure under control. The very first and most important way to avoid stroke after age 65 is to keep your blood pressure under control. High blood pressure, also known as hypertension, is the #1 cause of stroke in seniors. Think of your blood vessels like small water pipes inside your body. If the pressure inside those pipes is too strong, over time they begin to weaken, crack, or even burst. That's exactly what can happen in the brain when a stroke occurs. According to the American Heart Association, nearly 75% of people who suffer a stroke also have high blood pressure. That tells us one clear message: this is something seniors must never ignore. Now, keeping blood pressure under control doesn't have to be complicated. It starts with habits. These habits include reducing salt intake, exercising regularly, getting enough sleep, and keeping stress levels low. After 65, many seniors believe they can simply take a pill and be safe. While medication is often necessary, doctors emphasize that lifestyle changes are equally important. You can't outmedicate a bad lifestyle. Imagine someone who takes blood pressure pills but still eats processed foods high in sodium, never exercises, and is constantly stressed. Those things will still damage the blood vessels, no matter how strong the medicine is. Let me give you a real story. James, from Cleveland, Ohio, is a 72-year-old retired teacher. For years, James ignored his doctor's warnings. He loved eating canned soups and salty snacks while watching sports. "I thought since I wasn't overweight, I didn't need to worry about blood pressure," he confessed. But one day, while gardening, he suddenly felt dizzy and couldn't move his left hand. His wife rushed him to the hospital. He had suffered a mild stroke. Fortunately, James survived, but the doctor told him directly, "This happened because you ignored your blood pressure." Since then, James made serious changes. He cut down on sodium, started walking every morning, and practiced breathing exercises to reduce stress. His blood pressure is now stable, and he says, "I feel stronger than I did in my 60s. The science backs up James's story. Research published in the Journal of the American Medical Association shows that lowering systolic blood pressure, the top number, even by 10 millimeters of mercury, can reduce stroke risk by as much as 30 to 40%. That's massive. These things prove that small adjustments can save your life. Even if you've been dealing with high blood pressure for years, it's never too late to take action. So here's the bottom line: seniors must treat their blood pressure like gold. Check it regularly at home, listen to your doctor, and don't ignore the warning signs like headaches, dizziness, or chest pain. Because avoiding stroke begins with this single step, keeping the pressure balanced. Without it, all other efforts might fail. But with it, you're already protecting your brain, your heart, and your golden years. Simple way number 2, maintain a healthy diet. The second simple but powerful way for seniors to avoid stroke is to maintain a healthy diet. What you put on your plate after age 65 isn't just about taste, it's about survival. Many people think stroke comes only from stress or genetics, but in truth, the foods you eat every single day can either protect you or push you closer to danger. The American Stroke Association highlights that diets rich in processed foods, fried meals, and sugary drinks significantly increase stroke risk. On the other hand, seniors who eat balanced meals filled with fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins dramatically reduce their chances of stroke. Think of food as medicine. Each bite you take is either healing your body or harming it. For example, foods high in saturated fat can clog arteries, much like grease building up in an old kitchen pipe. Once those arteries narrow, blood flow to the brain becomes restricted, making a stroke far more likely. But the opposite is also true. Omega-3 rich fish, leafy greens, and antioxidant-filled berries help keep those arteries clear and strong, almost like applying a protective shield that keeps your blood vessels flexible and healthy. Let me share a story that really brings this to life. Margaret from Denver, Colorado, a 69-year-old grandmother, admitted that she used to love fast food. "Burgers, fries, and soda were my comfort," she laughed, "but after my doctor said I was pre-diabetic and at high risk for stroke, I got scared." Margaret decided to change her habits. She joined a local senior cooking club, where they shared recipes for simple, healthy meals. Within a year, her blood sugar stabilized, she lost 15 pounds, and her doctor told her that her stroke risk had dropped dramatically. Margaret said, "I never thought eating differently could make me feel so alive. I'm more energetic now than I was at 50. Her story is proof that it's never too late to shift habits. Science backs this up. A study from Harvard University found that seniors who follow the Mediterranean diet, rich in olive oil, nuts, fruits, vegetables, and fish, lower their risk of stroke by almost 33%. These things are not random suggestions, they're proven, life-saving habits. And here's the best part: you don't have to give up everything you love. Small swaps, like replacing soda with water or choosing grilled chicken instead of fried, can make a huge difference. Now, let me ask you something. Are you still with me? Because if you're still paying attention here at tip number 2, I want you to prove it. Go to the comments right now and type number 2 to let me know you're following along. And while you're there, don't forget to like this video, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to our channel, Golden Age Wisdom. That way, you'll never miss out on the life-changing advice that could protect your health for years to come. Maintaining a healthy diet isn't just about avoiding disease, it's about building a future where you can enjoy your golden years with strength, vitality, and joy. It's about making sure every meal is an investment in a stroke-free tomorrow. Simple way number 3, stay physically active. The third simple but incredibly powerful way to avoid stroke is to stay physically active. After age 65, many seniors believe slowing down is natural and resting more is the best way to protect their health. While rest is important, too much inactivity is actually dangerous. The truth is, your body is built to move. Without regular physical activity, muscles weaken, circulation slows, and blood pressure rises, all of which are key contributors to stroke. These things are why movement isn't just a lifestyle choice, it's a must-have habit for every senior who wants to protect their health. When we say exercise, many seniors imagine intense gym workouts or running marathons. But that's not what's required. Simple, Consistent activities like walking, swimming, light yoga, or even gardening can keep the body strong and the brain sharp. According to the National Institute on Aging, just 30 minutes of moderate activity 5 days a week can reduce the risk of stroke by as much as 25%. That's a huge payoff for such a small investment of time. Take the story of Robert from Tampa, Florida. Robert is 74 and used to spend most of his days sitting on the couch watching television. His doctor warned him that his sedentary lifestyle was putting him at high risk for both stroke and heart disease. At first, Robert felt discouraged, thinking he was too old to change. But his daughter encouraged him to start small, just a 10-minute walk around the block each morning. Within months, Robert found himself enjoying the walks. He gradually increased to 30 minutes a day, and even joined a senior walking group in his neighborhood. Today, Robert proudly says, "I feel stronger and more alive at 74 than I did at 60. His blood pressure is down, his energy is up, and his doctor told him his risk of stroke has been cut in half." The science behind Robert's success is clear. Exercise improves circulation, strengthens the heart, lowers cholesterol, and helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels. All of these factors reduce stroke risk significantly. Physical activity also helps keep weight under control, another critical thing most seniors must focus on. Being overweight increases the likelihood of high blood pressure and diabetes, both of which are top stroke risk factors. But perhaps the most overlooked benefit of exercise is its effect on the brain. Movement increases blood flow to the brain, delivering oxygen and nutrients that keep it sharp. Studies from the Mayo Clinic show that seniors who stay active have better memory and cognitive function compared to those who are sedentary. In other words, staying active not only prevents stroke but also protects against dementia and keeps you mentally sharp. So, if you're a senior watching this, remember, movement is medicine. You don't need to lift heavy weights or run miles every day. Just find an activity you enjoy and make it part of your daily habits. The most important thing is consistency. Because when it comes to avoiding stroke, staying active is one of the simplest, most effective, and most life-changing habits you can build. Simple way number 4, control your blood sugar levels. The fourth powerful way seniors can avoid stroke is by controlling blood sugar levels. After age 65, the risk of developing type 2 diabetes increases dramatically, and diabetes is one of the strongest predictors of stroke. In fact, the American Diabetes Association reports that people with diabetes are up to twice as likely to suffer a stroke compared to those without. Why? Because high blood sugar over time damages blood vessels, makes them stiff and narrow, and increases the chance of blood clots. These things directly raise stroke risk and create a dangerous chain reaction in the body. The good news is that managing blood sugar is completely within your control through diet, exercise, and regular checkups. For seniors, it's not just about avoiding candy and desserts. Even hidden sugars in processed foods, sugary drinks, and white bread can spike blood sugar and quietly damage arteries. That's why adopting habits like eating more fiber, choosing whole grains, and keeping portion sizes moderate are must-do steps for long-term health. Doctors often say, what you eat today determines your blood sugar tomorrow. And when blood sugar is balanced, your risk of stroke drops significantly. Let's look at a real example. Linda from Phoenix, Arizona, is a 70-year-old retired nurse. Despite her medical background, Linda admitted that she often ignored her own health. "I loved sweet tea and pastries, and I told myself a little sugar wouldn't hurt," she said. But at 68, Linda was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Her doctor warned her that if she didn't make changes, her risk of stroke and heart attack would skyrocket. Scared by that news, Linda committed to change. She cut down on sweets, joined a senior Zumba class, and began checking her blood sugar daily. Within a year, she lost 20 pounds, brought her blood sugar levels under control, and drastically lowered her risk of stroke. Linda proudly says, "I'm proof that it's never too late to start taking care of yourself." Science supports Linda's journey. Research from the National Institutes of Health shows that keeping HbA1c, a long-term blood sugar measure, below 7% reduces vascular complications like stroke by nearly 40%. That means seniors who stay disciplined with their diet and activity are literally saving themselves from one of the most common and devastating health crises. Now, let me pause and ask you something. Are you still following along at this point? If you're here with me at habit number 4, go ahead and type number 4 in the comments right now. That way, I'll know you're truly invested in protecting your health. And while you're there, don't forget to like this video, share it with your loved ones, and subscribe to our channel, Golden Age Wisdom. We're here to inspire and guide seniors like you to build habits that lead to longer, healthier, and happier lives. So remember, stroke prevention isn't just about avoiding one big risk, it's about controlling the small things, like your blood sugar, every single day. When seniors make this a habit, they not only avoid stroke, but also enjoy energy, vitality, and confidence well into their golden years. Simple way number 5, quit smoking and limit alcohol. The fifth simple but life-saving way for seniors to avoid stroke is to quit smoking and limit alcohol consumption. These two habits may seem unrelated, but together they are some of the most dangerous things for your health after age 65. Smoking damages the lining of your blood vessels, causes plaque buildup, and makes the blood thicker, which greatly increases the chance of a clot traveling to the brain and causing a stroke. Alcohol, when consumed in excess, raises blood pressure, weakens the heart muscle, and can even trigger irregular heart rhythms that also heighten stroke risk. Doctors agree, if seniors could eliminate just these two habits, the number of strokes worldwide would drop dramatically. According to the CDC, smokers are twice as likely to suffer a stroke compared to non-smokers. Meanwhile, heavy drinking, defined as more than 2 drinks a day for men and 1 drink a day for women, has been linked to both ischemic and hemorrhagic strokes. Seniors' older bodies process toxins more slowly, meaning the effects of smoking and alcohol are even more damaging after age 65. That's why these are habits you simply must avoid if you want to protect your long-term health. Let's look at a real-life story. George from Buffalo, New York, smoked for nearly 40 years. By the time he was 68, his doctor warned him that his lungs were weak, his arteries were clogged, and his risk of stroke was dangerously high. George admitted, "I was stubborn. I thought quitting smoking at my age wouldn't matter." But after experiencing a mini-stroke, also known as a TIA, he decided it was time. With the help of a local support group and nicotine replacement therapy, George finally quit. 2 years later, his doctor told him his blood pressure and circulation had improved significantly, and his stroke risk had been cut in half. George now encourages other seniors, "If I can quit after 40 years, anyone can." Alcohol tells a similar story. Patricia from Sacramento, California, a 71-year-old retired accountant, loved her evening wine. 1 glass turned into 3, almost every night, she admitted. Her doctor explained that her blood pressure was creeping up and her heart was under strain. Patricia decided to reduce her intake to just a few glasses a week, replacing her nightly routine with herbal tea. Within months, her blood pressure dropped, her sleep improved, and she felt more energetic during the day. She said, "I didn't realize how much alcohol was holding me back." The science is crystal clear. Research published in Stroke, Journal of the American Heart Association shows that quitting smoking reduces stroke risk almost immediately, with major benefits appearing within just 5 years. Similarly, seniors who limit alcohol to moderate levels, or cut it out completely, see measurable improvements in blood pressure, cholesterol, and heart health. In short, smoking and heavy drinking are habits seniors must avoid. They are silent killers that chip away at your health day by day. But the moment you decide to quit, your body begins to heal, and your chances of avoiding stroke rise dramatically. Remember, your golden years should be about freedom, joy, and wisdom, not about being chained to unhealthy habits from the past. Simple way number 6, regular checkups and medical screenings. The 6th simple way for seniors to prevent stroke is by getting regular checkups and medical screenings. Many seniors underestimate the power of early detection. Conditions like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or irregular heartbeat often show no obvious symptoms until they cause serious damage. That's why routine medical visits are so important, especially after the age of 65. By monitoring your vital signs and doing the right tests, doctors can catch problems early and provide treatment before they lead to stroke. Let's break it down. High blood pressure is the #1 risk factor for stroke. A quick, painless blood pressure check at the clinic can reveal if it's too high. High cholesterol, another silent danger, can also be tracked through simple blood tests. Even atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat that increases stroke risk fivefold, can be detected during a routine physical. Seniors who consistently see their doctor are far more likely to stay on top of these risks, get the right medications if needed, and ultimately avoid strokes altogether. Consider the story of Linda from Chicago, a 70-year-old grandmother. She thought she was healthy and rarely went to the doctor. One day, while visiting her daughter, she fainted and was rushed to the hospital. Doctors found that her blood pressure was dangerously high and that she had untreated atrial fibrillation. I was shocked, Linda admitted, because I didn't feel sick at all. Now, after taking her prescribed medication and following up regularly with her doctor, her health has stabilized. If I had kept ignoring checkups, I might not be here today, she said. Another example is Mr. Tanaka from Seattle, age 74. He schedules his yearly physicals without fail. During a routine visit, his doctor noticed his cholesterol creeping up. With early intervention, diet adjustments and medication, his levels came back to normal. Mr. Tanaka says proudly, "That one appointment probably saved me from a stroke." Science fully supports these stories. Studies show that seniors who attend regular health checkups reduce their risk of stroke by up to 30 to 40% because doctors can identify and manage risk factors before they escalate. Preventive medicine is not just about treating illness, it's about protecting your future. The takeaway is simple: don't wait for something to feel wrong. By the time symptoms appear, it may be too late. Make regular checkups a habit, just like brushing your teeth or eating breakfast. Think of it as an investment in your future. 1 hour at the doctor's office can give you years of extra life to spend with your family, enjoy hobbies, and live independently. If you believe regular checkups are essential for protecting seniors from stroke, type number 3 in the comments. By doing so, you're not only reminding yourself but also inspiring other viewers to take their health seriously. Remember, prevention starts with awareness, and awareness grows when we share it together. Simple way number 7, manage stress and prioritize mental health. The 7th simple way for seniors to avoid stroke is by managing stress and taking care of mental health. We often think of stroke as purely a physical condition, but stress is a powerful hidden factor. When seniors older experience constant stress, the body releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Over time, these hormones increase blood pressure, damage blood vessels, and make strokes far more likely. That's why learning to calm the mind is just as important as eating well or exercising. Stress can come from many things: loneliness after retirement, financial concerns, or even caring for a sick spouse. Seniors sometimes carry these burdens silently, but ignoring mental health can be dangerous. That's why building healthy emotional habits is a must. Things like meditation, prayer, gentle yoga, deep breathing, or simply taking a walk in the park can significantly reduce stress levels. Connecting with friends or joining community groups also helps, because social support keeps the mind lighter and happier. Take the example of George from Dallas, Texas, a 68-year-old retired electrician. After his wife passed away, George found himself overwhelmed with grief and loneliness. His doctor warned him that his blood pressure was too high and stress was a contributing factor. George joined a senior support group at his local community center, where he began opening up about his feelings. He also started practicing simple breathing exercises every morning. Within 6 months, not only did his blood pressure improve, but he felt calmer and more energized. George says, "Talking to others who understand, plus learning to relax my mind, probably saved me from a stroke." Then there's Maria from Los Angeles, 72 years old. She had been taking care of her ill brother for years, and the constant stress took a toll. Maria realized she needed balance. She started attending a local yoga class for seniors twice a week and began journaling her thoughts. Slowly, she noticed her mood improving and her doctor reported better heart health. Maria now encourages her friends to do the same, reminding them, stress doesn't just hurt your mind, it hurts your body too. Science backs this up. Research from the American Heart Association shows that chronic stress can increase stroke risk by up to 50%. On the flip side, seniors who practice relaxation techniques and maintain strong social ties lower their risk significantly. These are not complicated habits, they're simple daily practices that can transform both mental and physical health. So, the message is clear: take care of your mind if you want to protect your brain. Stress management is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Whether it's prayer, meditation, hobbies, or laughter with friends, make it part of your routine. Because in the end, peace of mind equals better health. Simple way number 8, get enough quality sleep every night. The 8th and final simple way for seniors to avoid stroke is by getting enough quality sleep every night. Sleep is one of the most underrated things when it comes to health. Many seniors older underestimate its power, thinking, "I'm retired now, I can sleep whenever I want." But here's the truth, lack of good sleep, or poor sleep habits, can dramatically increase stroke risk. After age 65, the body needs at least 7 to 8 hours of restful sleep to repair itself, regulate blood pressure, and maintain healthy brain function. When seniors don't sleep well, the body stays in a state of stress. Blood pressure rises, arteries stiffen, and the brain doesn't get the chance to reset. According to the National Sleep Foundation, seniors who consistently get fewer than 6 hours of sleep per night have a significantly higher risk of heart attack and stroke. That's because sleep helps balance hormones, improve circulation, and gives the body the time it needs to fight inflammation. Let's take the story of Linda from Portland, Oregon, age 70. For years, Linda struggled with insomnia. She thought it was just part of getting older. But when her doctor explained that lack of sleep was increasing her stroke risk, she decided to make changes. Linda stopped drinking coffee in the late afternoon, kept a regular bedtime routine, and started practicing relaxation techniques before bed. Within a few months, she was sleeping 7 hours straight, and her blood pressure returned to healthy levels. Linda shared, "I never realized sleep was medicine. Now I feel sharper, calmer, and healthier." Another example comes from Robert, 74, from Phoenix, Arizona. He often stayed up late watching TV and took frequent naps during the day, leaving his nights restless. After suffering a minor stroke scare, Robert took his doctor's advice to improve sleep hygiene. He stopped watching TV in bed, kept his bedroom cool and dark, and avoided alcohol late at night. The result? Better sleep, lower blood pressure, and a stronger sense of daily energy. Science confirms what Linda and Robert experienced. A 2020 study published in the journal Neurology found that poor sleep patterns, including fragmented sleep and sleep apnea, can double the risk of stroke in seniors. These are things we must pay attention to. Simple habits like keeping a consistent sleep schedule, creating a relaxing bedtime routine, and avoiding heavy meals before bed can make the most powerful difference. So, if you want to protect your health and enjoy your golden years, don't ignore sleep. It's not wasted time, it's essential time. Remember, better sleep means a better life. And before we move on to the final closing, let me ask you, are you still watching and listening carefully all the way until this paragraph? If yes, type number 8 in the comments below to let us know you made it this far. And of course, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel Golden Age Wisdom for more powerful tips that could change your life. Final conclusion. We've now come full circle, my friends. From the very beginning, we asked a simple but life-changing question: what can seniors do to avoid stroke after age 65? And as we've journeyed through these 8 simple ways, we've seen that the answer is not some complicated medical secret. Instead, it's about building smart habits and avoiding the things that silently increase our risks. Let's quickly recap these powerful lessons. First, we learned that keeping blood pressure under control is absolutely non-negotiable. It's the foundation of stroke prevention. Then we saw how exercise, even simple walking, keeps the body strong like a solder and prevents the buildup of dangerous clots. We talked about nutrition, avoiding excessive salt, sugar, and processed foods, and making sure our plate is filled with vibrant, nourishing meals. We discussed the importance of avoiding smoking and drinking, protecting the brain through mental activity, managing stress wisely, and finally, respecting the healing power of sleep. Each of these 8 habits may sound simple, but when combined, they form a shield around seniors older, protecting health and extending life. And what's most inspiring is that it's never too late to start. We saw this through real stories: John from Florida who found hope through daily walks, Mary from Chicago who lowered her stroke risk by managing stress, Linda from Portland who healed her body through better sleep. These aren't abstract things, they are real lives, real seniors, proving that transformation is possible at any age. Science also backs up these testimonies. The American Stroke Association estimates that 80% of strokes can actually be prevented by making better lifestyle choices. That means most seniors have the power to rewrite their health story. It's not just luck or genetics, it's about the decisions we make every day. After all, health is the most valuable treasure we must protect, especially after age 65. Think about it. You don't need to buy expensive equipment, you don't need to live in fear, and you don't need to give up joy. You just need to stay consistent with these habits, eating wisely, moving regularly, sleeping well, and caring for your mind and body. These are the things that will allow you to live longer, stronger, and wiser. And now, as we close this journey together, let me leave you with this thought: the choices you make today will shape the life you enjoy tomorrow. Stroke is not inevitable, it's preventable. But prevention requires action, not just knowledge. So start today, no matter how small the step. Remember, every effort adds up. Before you go, let me ask one last time, have you stayed with us all the way to the very end of this video? If yes, type number 10 in the comments below to show you're committed to your health and longevity. And don't forget, please like this video, share it with friends and family, and subscribe to our channel, Golden Age Wisdom. By doing so, you're not only helping yourself, but you're also helping spread wisdom that can save lives. Together, let's inspire more seniors to stay strong, avoid stroke, and truly thrive in their golden years.